Back, sports fans, to another episode of the 2315 Sports Show. As you can see, if you're watching, our excellent founding co-host finally is joining us for his quota of one episode a month. It seems like so. we'll see. But welcome back. It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit of time.
Yeah. It's good to be back. I'm glad to finally be back on the show. Had the vacation, and then kids had vacation Bible school, and then just family things, and then you all had family come in.
Yep.
So it's been weird couple weeks, but I'm glad to be back. And then here in a couple weeks, I'll be up there in Wisconsin.
Yeah, might have to figure that out. We might have to figure out a show up here. If I can figure it out to be in the same room, we'll have to test some things. More to come on that a little later. So, but yeah, welcome back. We're on episode 29. We got pretty heavy baseball one here, and then kind of a little surprise one at the end. No games or anything, but kind of a big moment for us 30-year-old kids, pretty much. That's coming next week. So little later in the show. I don't really have any picks, parlays, and prayers. It's kind of a dull time for that. Baseball's really hard to bet on. I tried a couple times, and I'm not going to be doing that. So we'll just skip right over that.
Yeah.
So we have a couple things coming up. I'm kind of doing them in reverse order, I guess. We have the MLB Trade Deadline coming up, and that's at the end of the month. I believe that's July 30th, so pretty much the end of the month. I was looking it up earlier today, just a couple names, and I have it over here on my screen. They did like a poll according to the 24 MLB front office execs. So we're missing a few, but they gave their, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 14 players maybe, I think. Yeah, somewhere in there, that they think they're going to get moved. So I'm going to go through those quick, and I'm going to see what you think on them.
Okay, sounds good.
It seems like, which I would be very confused, that the Houston Astros have 3 players in this, which is very confusing because I think they're after one of them on here, so that would be kind of weird. But
yeah.
So the first one with 5 of the 24 votes is Alex Bregman.
Okay.
Second, with 3 votes, is Pete Alonso. Third, with 2 votes, is Randy Arozarena from the Tampa Bay Rays. Fourth, with also 2 votes, is Luis Robert Jr., which he is an outfielder for the White Sox. He's pretty good, but the White Sox are terrible. And then all the rest of these players just have 1 vote. So however you want to view those. Brewers, Willie Adames, Dylan Cease for the San Diego Padres, Jazz Chisholm for Miami.
Yeah.
Marlins. We got Vlad Guerrero Jr. on there from the Blue Jays. We got Paul Goldschmidt from St. Louis, Jesus Luzardo, another one from Miami Marlins, Mason Miller from the Oakland A's, Brady Singer from Kansas City Royals, and then Framber Valdez from Houston Astros, and Justin Verlander from the Houston Astros.
Okay.
Which is kind of odd. Kind of odd, I think. So, I don't know. Kind of the big name. Obviously, the big name for me is Alex Bregman. I find that very odd from the Houston. If Houston's wanting to unload, I don't know about you, but that seems odd to me. And that 5 out of those 24 people put him on there, so that's kind of high on that.
Yeah. Unless they're just kind of looking to blow it up and start over for some reason, or There's something internal's going on, like to get rid of Bregman. Like it would be shocking to me, especially that they're wanting to go get Pete Alonso. I saw that they were the
Right.
favorites to land him. So it would seem, crazy for them to do that. But you never know. I think they'd probably be smart to keep them and to keep all their guys. But something, I don't know. There may be something going on that not real sure what it is, but something may be going on with them. So
yeah, they could. I mean, I'm trying to read here, but that's what I figured. So Alex Bregman is going to be a free agent after this year. So
okay.
So like you said, it could be internal where they don't think they're going to sign him back, so they might as well get something. He can be a rental for a contender team, and he'd be enough to win someone a championship for sure. He's really good.
Yeah.
When he's not cheating. I don't know when he's cheating, when he's not. So that's always in there too. But like you said, Pete Alonso, he's second on the list, and the Astros are after him. So it'd be really odd that you're going for a big name free agent and getting rid of one. However, if he's going to be a free agent, I kind of get that.
Yeah, and they may be going for one of them like Yankees, Aroldis Chapman type deals where we're going to trade him, get the assets, and then sign him back in the off season.
Mm-hmm.
And that could pretty well happen.
Yeah, if I was a team, and if you had a good enough, bond with the player, I'd almost be like, hey, this is not our year, obviously, but we can get this for you. Would you want to go here? And then sign back with us in the offseason so we can get some people around you. And I believe most players would do that if they were, if that was proposed to them. But
if they already give them or pretty much laid the contract out and be like, here's what we're going to offer you, no matter what.
Yep.
But
and give them a little extra.
I mean, that would be. Yeah, they may do that. That may be something to keep an eye on.
I could see that. The only other real like huge one would be Vladdy Guerrero, and they're Toronto. We'll kind of get into a couple teams. Toronto is one that last time I looked, they might be last in their division, if not third.
Yeah,
I mean, they're done, and I think it's time for them to blow it up. It's just not. It's not working with him or Bichette. They already got rid of Kevin Biggio to the Dodgers. So if they're going to do it, it's now. And I think both of them, I don't know. I think Bichette's at least through next year. I think he has 2 years. Vladdy might be next year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. But of a championship or a championship contender, which you might not know, but it's kind of the usual. The Dodgers, Yankees are up there, obviously. Kind of big powerhouse teams. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, but who's a team that you think Vlad could go to? First base or DH?
First base, yeah. So I don't know if they could pull it off, but a team that would be, because their guy is their first baseman now. But if they wanted to do some shuffling around again, but I don't think they want to. The Phillies wouldn't be awful, but I don't think they really want to move Bryce back to the outfield. They already have him and a good DH already. I could see the Yankees making
teams. So the AL ones that are in for sure right now is Baltimore, Cleveland, Seattle. And then the wild card is the Yankees, Twins, and actually your Boston Red Sox are in there at the last spot.
Yeah, we're fighting.
The NL leaders are Philly, like you said, the Dodgers, and Milwaukee. And then the wild card is Atlanta, St. Louis, and the Mets. And there's
Okay.
in the NL and actually AL, there's probably another 4 or 5 teams that could make that wild card push. I won't go into those, but so of those teams, who you think would benefit most from Vladdy? And I can say him again if you.
Probably, I mean, the Yankees need some help because they're offensively they're struggling outside of Judge.
Mhm.
I could see them trying to offer for him or even Bichette trying to
Mhm.
get some help in there. But so AL, I'll say the Yankees, and the NL. I mean, did the Braves ever get anybody to replace Freddie Freeman, like a good first baseman?
Yeah, they got
Okay.
Chapman, Matt Chapman, who's a younger
That's right.
version of him.
Yeah,
He's really good.
yeah. I don't know. Honestly,
I like.
you never can rule out the Dodgers, even though they have Shohei and Freddie Freeman.
Mhm.
You can never rule them out. But I'd say the Yankees would be my bet to say that's who they'd go get.
I would too. It's just I don't know if Toronto will trade him in division because that's their division.
Right. Yeah.
Um, of the AL teams, I could really see. I mean, the Yankees they definitely could because they have the minor league system to do it. They have a lot of prospects that are very good.
Yeah.
Um, I think I'm going to go with Baltimore because they also have a rich minor league system,
Yeah.
and Vladdy would be enough to. I don't know who they have at first, but whatever. I mean, he can play DH. It doesn't matter. He
Yeah.
also can
Make it
play
work.
third if they need him to. I mean, he used to play third, so I'm going to give Baltimore or Seattle a run for him. I think
Okay.
in the AL, the NL. I don't know is I don't think Philly can do it. And plus Bryce is there, but he got hurt recently. I don't think they would do it.
Yeah.
Um, Atlanta might for a DH, but I don't think I don't see him
I
going to
don't
the
think they have
NL
the assets.
unless he does something crazy and goes to Milwaukee. Milwaukee could do it. They always have a decent minor league system. They really don't have a first baseman, and they're
Yeah.
top of their division right now, which is an easy division. So
Yeah. Some random team's going to come out of the woodwork though and snag
sure,
him up.
could be the Padres. They're on the outside looking in. They're even with the Mets for the
Yeah.
last
They need
spot.
some help. The Padres
Hmm.
do. So it could be
So
them.
um, he's not on the list, but Bichette, I don't know, goes to any contender. All of those guys, I think they all have shortstops. Second base is uh, maybe like a Minnesota
Yeah.
to pair him with Carlos Correa
Correa.
up the middle.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad pick, but I don't see him. I personally hope he goes to the Cubs, but that's for a later conversation. So speaking of that, I mean, I mean, Houston said they want to get rid of Verlander. I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone's going to trade for him. There won't be a lot. It might be
Yeah.
maybe a draft pick. I don't know, but Alex Bregman's popular on those lists. Third base, probably Milwaukee again. I don't know who their third baseman is, but none of the other ones. I mean, the Dodgers, I think, they're stacked. They can't afford. I mean, I shouldn't say they can't afford it. They might
Yeah.
go get him for third, but other than that, I don't see it. I don't know as he moves. I think the Houston Astros stay, but then they go get Pete Alonso for first base, and they'll probably make another little run because they're only 2.5 games out of the wild card. So that's easily done for them. Um, but speaking of teams, we'll kind of finish this segment on this. The Red Sox. They're in the wild card.
Yep.
Do you, with them being in, are you a buyer then? Or are you like a hold? Or are you selling them?
They've got a bunch of young guys that I'd hate to get rid of. When you're not that close. But I don't think you can hold at this point. I think you've either got to lean one way or the other. But from everything I've looked at, they're like Alex Cora and like Canley Jansen and a couple other guys on the team are like, we need more pieces. Like, let's go get them. And I think the GM's leaning the other way as like selling. So like Pavetta, like trading him. But honestly, they could use another pitcher. Because Nick Pavetta, he's your starter, your ace basically right now. You got like a bunch of good young guys, but
let's see, I think Ethan cut out on us a little bit. So the suspense is killing everybody. So let's try and get him back real quick here.
Hey.
That might be him. We back now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yep. I can hear you.
Oh,
there we go. There we go. All right. He's back.
Are we going back? I'm back. Just a little technical difficulties.
Yeah. Nothing wrong. So obviously Boston heard you talking and told you to shut up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I think they should be buyers. And 3 moves I think they could do. One's unrealistic, but I like. I think they could go get Justin Verlander. Give up a prospect and just kind of slide in a little bit. That gets you another ace. I know he said he's not going to waive his no trade clause, but Max Scherzer would be a guy to go after as well. I would try to see. Yeah. And then like Bo Bichette, he could come in and play second base for us. Cedenia's been playing outfield, but he's been playing a lot of shortstop for us as well. Trevor Story's out, so it would be a good addition. But he's unrealistic in my eyes because, like you said, I didn't even think about, in division trading when I mentioned Vlad. But so him going there, but they might be like, okay, for the right amount of prospects or whatever, we'll do it.
I would so
I think they should buy because you look at everybody in the AL this year, and there's not just one team that you look at and you're like, they're so much better than everybody else. I think everybody's beatable in the series.
Oh, yeah.
So I would just take a shot at it. I don't think they're going to. I think they're probably going to end up selling. But if I was the GM, I would buy.
I'd buy a little. I wouldn't go crazy because, like you said, they're young. I don't think they're a World Series team, but they're a playoff team the way they're playing. So with all the young talent, I'd try. I'd try and get a couple names, see what happens, and play for next. Get a big good look for next year. So
go for it. And if it doesn't work out, then sell.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's always off season to do that. So with the Cubs, I didn't even see how many games out. They're not too far out, but they're not Bellinger just got hurt, so he's going to the IL, which is probably a ploy or a fake injury. That way he doesn't get traded. But I don't know because he came up in talks, which would make sense. Um, he's actually had a decent year. We're kind of the same way. We're not a World Series team, as much as that pains me to say, but we're nowhere close. And no one that we just named is going to get us there. So for me, if you're going to buy like value over big name. So for me, I'm a huge Bo Bichette guy. I would love them to get him, mainly because I do think he's 2 years and then re-sign him and put him at third because we need a third baseman or second. I don't care. But we kind of have our middle infield on lockdown. They're really good. So I don't know. Vlad wouldn't be bad. We don't have a first baseman. He's actually been really good this year, but he's a rookie, quote unquote. And so I would say if I'm the Cubs, I have a feeling they're just going to hold because that's what they do. Well, they've been selling recently, but I think they'll just hold.
Yeah.
And if I were the Cubs, I'm going to put a new category and I'd buy responsibly. I wouldn't.
Okay.
Again,
I like that.
I'm not giving up the house for big names because we're not there, but buy responsibly, get some guys maybe for the future. Not rookies, pro players that are ready now for like next year and the year after. That's what I'd try and go for. So with that, I mean, both our teams are on that. Well, yours is in, mine's on the outside looking in, but little difference. You're a full buy. I'm more of a you can buy, but not crazily. The MLB Allstar is week. Technically, it's not weekend. Is here. They released all the rosters. I'm going to go down them real quick. Starters for the American League is Adley Rutschman, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Marcus Semien, Jose Ramirez, Gunnar Henderson, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Stephen Kwan, and Yordan Alvarez. NL starters are William Contreras, Bryce Harper, Kettle Marte, Alec Boehm, Trey Turner, Christian Yelich, Jurickson Profar, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Shohei Ohtani. AL reserves, you got Salvador Perez, Carlos Correa, Josh Naylor, Isaac Paredes, Willie Castro, Jordan Westberg, Bobby Witt Jr., Jarren Duran from your Boston Red Sox, Riley Green, Anthony Santander, and David Fry. Pitchers for the AL, Tyler Anderson, Corbin Burns, Garrett Crochet, Logan Gilbert, Tanner Houck, Seth Lugo, Cole Reagans, Tariq Skubal. Relief pitchers are Emmanuel Clace, Clay Holmes, Mason Miller, and Kirby Yates. They do have 3 unavailable for the AL. It's Jose Altuve, Rafael Devers, and Kyle Tucker. National League reserves, we got Will Smith, CJ Abrams, Pete Alonso, Luis Reyes, Mookie Betts, Ellie De La Cruz, who's a stud, Freddie Freeman, Ryan McMahon, Teoscar Hernandez, Jackson Merrill, Helio Ramos, Brian Reynolds, and Marcell Ozuna. Starting pitchers, we got Hunter Green, he's a replacement, I believe, is what that plus minus. Yeah, he's a replacement. We got a guy from the Cubs, Shota Imanaga. Like, pretty sure I called that in the beginning of the year. So I'm pretty proud of that. Ronaldo Lopez, Chris Sale, Paul Skeens, big rookie, another rookie.
Oh, yeah.
Made it. Ranger Suarez, Logan Webb, Zach Wheeler. Relief pitchers, Ryan Helsley, Jeff Hoffman, Tanner Scott, Matt Strahm, Robert Suarez. And the only one unavailable for the NL is Tyler Glasnow, who's a pitcher from the Dodgers. So me looking and hearing those, I didn't have any snubs. And the snubs I looked at, I don't think so. So I don't know about you, but I'm kind of on the page of, I think they did well. The voting system, I think it was a new voting system, and it did pretty well. I think.
Yeah, that I do think they did well. Just kind of quick glance, listen to the names and stuff. Phillies had a couple big names in there. I did see the other day, Fernando Tatis is like the only player to be named a starter in outfield and infield or something like that, shortstop and infield or outfield, something like that, something crazy. So I thought that was cool. And then you get like the Orioles, they got a couple good names in there too, and Red Sox got a guy, Cubs got a guy. So
yeah, that's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to watching the game, which I haven't watched a ton of baseball this year, but I love watching the All-Star game. I love watching the home run derby. Pete Alonso going to be, if he wins, he'll be the second person ever to win 3 times. I think like Griffey was the only other guy or something.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to get into. That's kind of the only other event. I think they should all take a page, and we talked about this earlier, of what football did and figure out some skills, because baseball you can do a lot. You can do fielding, you can do throwing, you can do a lot. But we only have the 2 events. We have the home run derby, and then we have the game. We also have the celebrity game, which whatever. But the home run derby, I'm looking up the participants now. We got Gunnar Henderson from the Orioles is going to be in it again. Pete Alonso is going to be in it for his 5th derby appearance. And that's all they show on here. I'm sure that I think there was another one. There was I think Teoscar Hernandez was in it, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt Jr., Pete Alonso, Adolis Garcia, Jose Ramirez, Marcelo Zuna, Alec Boehm from the Phillies, and then Teoscar Hernandez. So of those, I mean, it's hard to, I'm going to go against Pete Alonso because he's the favorite, I'm sure, and he'll probably win against that field. I'm going to go with the big-time veteran Jose Ramirez from Cleveland to win it.
Okay, nice.
I'm going to take him with a backup as Gunnar Henderson. So those are my guys. Who do you like? Besides Pete Alonso, because he's going to be the favorite.
Yeah. Gunnar Henderson would probably be my pick. I like him. I'd like to see him win. I think that would be good. Just good shake up of things. So good young guy get in there and win. I'd like to see that. So
yeah, for sure. And I mean, he's been in it once before. I mean, so he knows what it's about. So I think it'd be good for him to do it. Big name that I didn't see in there was Julio Rodriguez. It was a big name for the home run derby from Seattle. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Not in it, or maybe I hadn't decided. I don't know. But it should be a good event. Should be fun. It's always fun watching it. Them hit 400, feet home runs plus, and just bomb them out. So that's it. That's pretty much the All-Star. We're all in agreement. They didn't miss anyone on the roster. We have pretty much the same pick for the home run derby. And now kind of our off-topic subject, but this is actually what I named the show after. I said the time is now. And this means
let's go.
The most probably hyped video game of the century is, although obviously video games haven't been around a century, but most hyped video game in 20 years is coming out this next week. For I think the special editions, you get it July 16th through the 18th, and then the regular version you get it July 19th. So it's next week. We're getting a lot of trailers. We saw some gameplay this week. And that was in the beginning of the week, Monday. And it looks good, and it doesn't look like it does not look like a copy and paste of Madden. So, and that's what I liked most. So, what are your thoughts? Are you pretty pumped? Is this looks good, I will say.
Yeah, I can't wait. Which I'm a huge Madden guy anyway.
Mhm.
So but I'm thankful it's not a copy and paste. So I can't wait. And as soon as you sent me that bundle for Madden and
Mhm.
college football, I was like, I've got to get that because
Mhm.
one, it saves you a little bit of money, but two, at the
Mhm.
same time, I'm like, I get this 3 days early, so
Mhm.
I pulled the trigger on that one. So I can't wait to get it and dive into it. And the wife's gonna have to pry me off my game and out of my chair for a
Oh yeah.
while. So
Yeah. This is a big week. I when I sent you that, so it's pretty steep for a video game. It's 150 bucks. Like, but
yeah,
we're getting two games. You're getting EA College Football 25 and Madden 25. You also get both of them 3 days early. I saw in the thing, so you get Madden 3 days early as well. So if you were to buy them, so the regular version of EA College Football is 69.99, so 70 bucks, and then the is it is it what is it like? It's not MVP because that's the big one. It's
it's
the
like the
next one up.
deluxe.
Deluxe edition is 100. So
Yeah,
you think, okay, if you get standard versions for both EA College Football and Madden, you're spending 140 bucks or 100,
yeah,
yeah, 140.
yeah. 140.
I think you get a little extra in both in this one. You get
Yeah,
some, my team stuff in Madden as well. So the cost is justified. I'll probably do the same thing just because you're getting two games. I'm not a huge Madden guy, so this will be the first Madden game I've purchased in a lot of years.
wow. Yeah,
But I'm really excited. We saw the gameplay, like I said earlier this week, and it looks really good. It's it's the graphics are insane, and then some of the stuff you get to do in it is very very well done. Just like the old game, just better graphics and a little more involved, and that's gonna be pretty cool. So um, I think I did see we can do an online, like, I don't want to say league, but dynasty. I think between
yeah. That'll be awesome.
So that might be some content for the channel. We might have to do that. I'm sure we could do that. We'll have to see if any of our
Yeah,
friends are getting it too, to see if we could lure them into an online dynasty league,
yeah.
recruiting against
That'd
each
be
other.
cool. I'm looking forward to the Dynasty. I'm looking forward to the
Hmm.
Road to Glory. That's pretty
Oh,
cool always. So I did see today or the other day maybe, where like you can either when you make your guy for Road to Glory, you can be a 5-star, 4-star, 3 or 2-star, and it's like 79 overall, like 75, 69, and like 62 or something like
oh,
that starting out. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. So I've been trying to plan, where I'm going to go for my road to
oh yeah,
glory, my QB probably, and then
oh
maybe a
yeah.
wide receiver. May have to go to Kentucky, Western
Oh,
Kentucky, something cool. But
oh,
I done playing my dynasty. I'm going to the Air Force Academy,
oh,
and
we're
I'm
bringing
gonna
them back.
I'm gonna rise in glory. That's right.
I like it. I like it.
So
I haven't I haven't
trimming some
really thought of
natties.
it. I haven't really thought of it. I'll have to think of it though. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a birthday gift because my birthday's coming up Monday. So
That's right.
that's gonna be a that's gonna be a must on the list, and have to
There you
sweet talk
go.
the wife to get it for me.
Yeah,
But it's
you're already going to see the Cubs play. You don't need nothing else.
I know, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Like in August, yeah. It's like, okay, well, the game might be put on the back
Just this
burner,
one
but
more
probably
thing.
not.
That's
Just one
all I'm
more.
asking for. Just one more thing.
Yeah,
Hey, and if she
yeah.
won't get it for you for your birthday, just call me and I get it to you for your birthday.
There you
We
go.
got it in
No,
the sports show budget.
we
So
got it in the budget
got
to. It's
to
content.
get the
We
boss
can.
a birthday gift.
It's a write off. I mean, what can you say?
That's right.
Um, but yeah, it's a huge game, huge hype. It looks the part. Um, so hopefully it plays the part with no major bugs or anything like that. There's going to be
Yeah.
bugs. I don't care about that, but not any major things. So
Yeah.
um, that is it. We're ending on a really hype note. Um, it could come down to it. There might not be a show next week because we're too busy playing. Who knows? It could get that
No,
way.
I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna be playing. You're
Playing
gonna get this
while
view
the
of me
show.
right here because I'm gonna be playing.
There you go. We might just here we go. We'll just do a stream while while building a team or something. That might be the way we got to go. So
hey, whatever we got to do.
Exactly. So now that you're back, you can hit them with the proper outro to the show.
Let's go. All right. Well, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in, however, wherever you may be listening. If you like the content you're receiving, hit the like, subscribe button, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Apple Pod, Spotify. See you next week. Peace.